In the explosive aftermath of the U.S. military operation that captured Venezuela's president, Nicolás Maduro, tensions in Latin America have skyrocketed. Colombia's president, Gustavo Petro, he didn't just condemn the U.S. actions, but he openly challenged Donald Trump in a bold and defiant way. This was no ordinary diplomatic protest, by the way. Petro went straight at Trump, not with polite words, but with a taunt. Let me say what he declared. Come get me, I'm waiting for you here. This wasn't political language, right? It was a direct challenge, a warning that Colombia would not sit quietly if the US attempted military action on its soil. Petro's words, they were fiery, they were unapologetic. He warned that any attack would trigger mass resistance, in fact, military warfare and a nationwide uprising. The people, he said, would rise, be it ordinary citizens, they could become the fighters, standing shoulder to shoulder with their nation. And Petro, he didn't speak as a distant politician, he spoke as a leader with a past, somebody who's familiar with the conflict and struggle. Let me quote what he said. I swear not to touch a weapon again, but for the homeland, it will take up arms if necessary. This wasn't rhetoric. It was a chilling warning. But you know why this is happening? Because just days earlier, Trump had publicly criticized Petro, accusing Colombia of fueling cocaine trafficking into the US. He even hinted at the possibility of military action against Colombia following the US strike in Venezuela. Well, this created a high stakes confrontation, one that could actually spiral into a regional crisis. So, what exactly did Petro achieve with this statement? Let's crack that down. He defied a global superpower. He issued a direct warning of resistance and rebellion. He rallied his people, invoking nation pride and readiness to defend the sovereignty. Well, this is not just political bravery. This is a potential flashpoint as well. This is a moment where words they could actually turn into action, where diplomatic tension might escalate into real confrontation in Latin America. The world is watching. The US is listening, and one message is crystal clear. When a head of state says, "Come get me," after a military raid next door, the stakes have shifted. Colombia's message to the United States, it is now more than just words. It is a dramatic signal of defiance, a warning of regional instability, a potential spark for a new geopolitical confrontation in the Western Hemisphere.